Welcome. We are a mother-daughter podcast about all things surrogacy. Together, we have brought 8 beautiful babies into this world, and we would like to share through education and knowledge about surrogacy with those who want to educate themselves on the topic. This is Stop.Sit.Surrogate.
Great. Hey everyone, welcome back to Stop.Sit.Surrogate with Kennedy and Ellen. We have a very interesting guest today. We're super excited. We'll go ahead and let her introduce herself. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Juliane Corona, and I am the owner of Mommy Made Encapsulation. It is the largest placenta encapsulation company in the world, and I'm also a mom of 4, a wife, and, just entrepreneur all around.
Oh my God. I have so many questions already. How did you do this when you were did you find out about this when you were pregnant and that's how it got started?
Yeah. So, at the time, little background, I have always been a very, very driven person. I graduated college at a super young age, had my bachelor's degree, started working for my mom's. She had an advertising agency at the time. So straight out of college, started working for her, worked for her for several years, and I never really took a break. I kind of got hit a bump in my road in my own personal journey. And upon it was, I had some drug related issues. And so I checked into a rehab. I battled with a heroin addiction for over a year and a half. Checked into a drug rehabilitation facility, got clean, got sober. And then upon coming back into Bakersfield where I live, I met my husband a couple of months after that. And we just became super close, good best friends. And I was working at the time, kind of part-time, but then just took a break. I just felt like I really needed to just stop for a minute, which was totally okay. And then we were together maybe 5-6 months when I got pregnant. Okay. And I started looking for a job. But he was like, you know what? there's no point. Just stop. Don't, you're pregnant. I don't want you working. And so I'm just the kind of person, I can't sit still ever, which is probably why God gave me 4 kids. He was like, I'll match that for you. But I kept seeing things about, postpartum depression, and being that I just had kind of gotten out of a season in my life where that had been the case, where I was depressed and I was using and coping. I just didn't even want to possibly have to take some kind of medication that could be a slippery slope. Cause I did also have some addiction to pills and pharmaceutical things. And so I just wanted to do a healthy route without having to be dependent on anything else. And I kept seeing things about women eating their placenta to stop postpartum depression. But I just thought, I could never eat it like that. That'd be so gross, but to each their own. But I personally, I couldn't ever do it in a smoothie or raw, anything like that. And I remembered seeing in an episode of the Kardashians where Kim actually had hers put into a capsule form, and it was flavored capsules. And I remember this episode, Chris is putting them into her drawer. She's oh, here's Kim's, placenta pills for her. And I was if it was that, I could eat it, no problem.
Sure.
But upon looking further, is there a company that does this? Do I send this off to a lab? I don't know the process. I couldn't really find anybody or a service that offered it and did it in a way that made me really feel safe and comfortable, and it was affordable. It was just, at the time, it was mainly midwives and doulas that were offering it. And there was one that was close by to me, but she was 45 minutes away. And she was going to come do it in my kitchen. And I just don't want all that in my kitchen. And, after having a fresh new baby, I was I just kind of want to send it off, out of sight, out of mind. But there was nobody that offered that. And I was wow, I feel this is such an opportunity. And at the time I thought only in my community, in Bakersfield, to offer to them. And, it just kind of caught on, I told my husband, I was hey, this is something that I really want to do and bring to our community. What do you think? Do you think this is a good idea? Are you gonna leave me because placentas? But no, he's I think you should do whatever it is that you want to do. And so I got his stamp of approval, and then on went Mommy Made Encapsulation.
Oh my gosh, what a wild journey! But that is so awesome. That is amazing. Okay, so oh my gosh, so you take one. There's so many things.
Yeah,
this is a new thing. The pill is a new form that I found too, because the smoothies and everything like that, but I don't want to see it or smell it. That's No. So your pills don't have like, do they have a
Yeah.
smell?
So, I often get asked, and it's so funny, like, does the placenta have a smell? And people
Yeah.
ask, like, does it stink? Does it smell? And like the placenta itself, like, doesn't smell. It just kind of smells like meat, like a steak.
Okay.
You kind of, but I would say probably a little bit heavier, like on the iron or metal smell, because there's just a lot of blood.
Mhm.
When it's steaming, to me, it smells like tea because we steam it with lemons and ginger and cayenne pepper.
Ah.
And honestly, like no point in time in the process has it ever made me like sick to my stomach or like, oh, this is gross. Oh, this smells. Even the capsules themselves, we used to put them in only vegan capsules, but women were kind of like scared, like, is it going to taste bad? So I just started offering flavored capsules as well, just to kind of like give them extra reassurance. But no, like there's not really like a strong smell to it. I just remember one time when I was pregnant and encapsulating placentas, because your hormones and your sense of smell is like really strong.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was such an overpowering smell after I would steam it and then start to cut it in pieces that I would start to get a little like nauseous. Not that it stunk, but it was just like, this is such an overpowering smell.
So I think that leads right into, you do this in your home, or you have like a little area that you do it at?
Yeah, so we actually have a dedicated lab space. We have a place of business that it's only placenta. It's only Mommy Made Encapsulation. That's done.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
And how do women get their placentas to you? How?
So usually in the process, what will happen is women will find us all different kinds of ways. If a celebrity or an influencer posts about us, they'll find us that way, or a friend will tell them, they'll find us that way. We have a really strong social media following, which is a great blessing. I think it's because we're just so unique that we just attract a lot of attention. So women will see something and they'll be like, wait, what is this? I want to know more about this. And usually that will start the conversation with us. They will purchase. We have a placenta encapsulation or placenta collection kit that we send out. And we send it out all across the United States. So no matter where you're at in the United States, the service is available. We send them a kit. Yeah.
It's like kind of like cord blood, like
exactly.
Cord blood. Okay, it's a kit.
Okay,
that makes sense.
So you pick a company for your cord blood. They send you the kit, so you take it with you to the day that you're going to give birth. You have it with you at the hospital, and you just hand it over to the nurse and say, like, I'm doing cord blood banking. Same concept, just with the placenta. Hey, I'm encapsulating my placenta. Here's my kit. Here are the instructions for packaging it up for me, and that's easy. And then the placentas actually get overnighted to our labs in California. There's a prepaid overnight shipping label already on the box, so it makes it super easy for moms. All they have to do is either schedule UPS pickup or drop it off the nearest UPS store, and within like 3 days, they have their pills back to them.
My God.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
we're a machine over here.
You have to be busy.
It's not me, honestly. Like, I'm blessed enough now. Like, I have a great team of people.
Yeah.
So we have several labs, we have several encapsulators, we have several customer care coordinators, and so we have a really great, robust team. So it keeps this machine going constant.
Typically, how many capsules is a woman getting, and how long is she going to be taking it for? Because I was reading a lot on your website about that, and it looks like you get a bunch.
Yeah. So, obviously it depends on the size of the placenta. And every placenta, I tell people, it's like a snowflake. Each one, like, there's no two identical placentas, even, on your own, like, your own kids. Like, each one's going to come out different shape, different size, different weight, different colors. And so depending on the size, you can get an average between, we say about 160, 170 capsules. The lowest I've ever seen is like 120. The most I've ever seen was like twin placentas that had like close to 400 capsules. So we give you everything. There's no set amount. And then the recommended dosage guideline, it is an industry standard. So as much as people think that I just like kind of came up with this, I'm really just in the forefront of it. I just kind of put like a face to the name, I guess you could say. But this has been a thing that's been done for thousands of years, like in traditional Chinese medicine. So there is an industry that existed pre me, and that I got training through. And according to our industry standards and guidelines, there is a set recommended dosage. And again, it's just like a guideline. So you basically take more as soon as you get them, you take more and kind of taper down, because obviously that's when your body's needs this the most, and the more amount of nutrients and hormones and elements feeding back into your body. But all that to say, so if you were to follow that guideline to a T, you go through about 90 of them the first 30 days. But again, you can always take more than the recommended dosage, less than the recommended dosage. And so like what I always tell women too is like, or like Nutrafol even, like they only give you like a 30-day supply, so like you're getting your money's worth for sure. And these capsules never expire. Most women save about like 20 of them for that entire first year. Cause like baby starts teething or maybe baby gets sick or somebody's getting sick in the house and you want to like avoid that. Like you can always go back into your stash and take that to kind of like boost your immunity. Yeah.
So that's what they do. They boost your immunity, right?
There's so many different benefits to it. And really the placenta, as we're learning, is really such an untapped use of stem cells and goodness. Right? But typically it's like it helps to reduce postpartum depression, reduce like the postnatal bleeding, helps to increase energy, increase milk supply. The stem cells help you just heal faster. It helps to not get so much of the postpartum hair loss. And it helps to like contract the uterus back down to size faster. So it helps, with like the weight loss as well. So there's just a lot of really great things that these do have to offer, like the immunity as well. And it helps to combat like stress and like feeling overwhelmed. It helps to enhance the bonding experience with your baby. So, because there's just so many great hormones in this,
I never, ever, granted, I've done that, my kids are all like pushing 40. Never had I even heard of this, right? Yeah. Even as a surrogate, I never heard of it. Yeah. This should be, I shouldn't say it should be mandatory, but with all the benefits of it.
I mean, and to me, it's like, it just made sense to me when I was doing it for myself personally. I was like, I mean, it can't hurt me because it's from my own body, right? So it's my body's already used to it. It's not like a foreign substance, and there's nothing that we add to it. We just steam it with lemons, ginger, and cayenne pepper. So there's no additives. It's you're just basically microdosing it back into your body to raise your hormone levels back to a normal range, so you're like functioning, not feeling like a zombie, not feeling sad, not feeling in pain.
So you're just like, so the lemon and all that, is that like flavor? I don't know. It sounds like flavor.
Good question. No, it's really not. It's part of the traditional Chinese recipe. And so we kind of honor that, but each of those elements have their own healing properties, but those don't actually get encapsulated with the placenta. It's just kind of, I guess you say, like infused during the steaming process. But there's no flavor. You really can't tell. You know what? Actually, I do have a story. So one time I was taking one of my own capsules and I had popped the capsule in my mouth, and then I went to my cupboard and grabbed like a glass, walked to the refrigerator to get some water. But by the time I got there and got to pouring, the capsule like had dissolved and I was just left with a mouthful of placenta powder. And I was like, wait, this isn't as bad as I was thought maybe it was going to be.
Oh, how funny.
This is actually, I'm okay. We're good. This doesn't taste gross. Okay, so now I know I can take, so I was like never brave enough to just try the powder on its own. I was like,
Yeah.
But it happened and for a reason, and it was fine.
Is it, I'm just trying to get the process in my head. I understand that you steam it. Are you freeze drying it and then kind of
we rinse it off first. We rinse it off with purified water. Then from that point we steam it for 30, 45 minutes with lemons, ginger, cayenne pepper, and then it kind of turns into like almost looks like steak, like a cooked steak. And we cut it up into pieces, and then from there those pieces go onto a dehydrator for 12 hours. And all the dehydrator does, it just pulls out moisture. So it just basically turns it into like a placenta cracker, if you will. And then we put that into a blender and then grind it into a fine powder, and then that goes into the capsules.
Your videos are like my ASMR thing. Like I'm obsessed with your videos.
Yeah, oddly satisfying, right?
They're so good. They're oddly satisfying. I thought it was going to be gross, but I was like, this is
cool.
Fascinating.
When you're washing it, I'm like, that's the coolest.
Yeah, we get from like even men, they're like, I am obsessed with watching.
How fun!
It's just so different.
I'm curious, if you don't mind. Like, have you had like a woman who maybe didn't know about your services and didn't know about encapsulating the placenta, and had a baby and did it that way and had some postpartum depression and went through, and then the next baby did the encapsulation? And could she tell the difference? I know it's just one story, but do you get
what's funny?
that?
We get this often that women will tell us because most of them don't really know for whatever reason. Now I think we're catching more women like first timers. But we have a girl who works for me, and she did not encapsulate her first baby, and she's like, it was just I was miserable. She was like, I was anemic. I was just like really depressed. I didn't want to get out of bed. And then she encapsulated with her second born with me. And she's like, that's why I wanted to work for Mommy Made, because I want all the moms to know, like, it does make a difference. And she's like,
Aw.
I was up, like, out shopping, like, helping my niece for her quinceañera. Like, less than a week later, people were like, you just had a baby? She's
Yeah.
like, I feel great. Like, I didn't get sad. Like, I had a great milk supply where I didn't before. She's like, it checked all the boxes.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's great. That's
And,
a
you know, of
testimony.
course, like, each benefit, it's everybody's different,
For
right?
sure.
So some
Yeah.
women might experience more weight loss than other women, or more milk supply than other women, or maybe they heal a little bit faster than somebody else. But like I will always say, all in all, hands down, no matter who you are, the benefits you will experience is like the increased energy and the faster healing, like hands down.
What? I know some people are like, sorry, Ken, gluten-free and like dairy-free. The capsules themselves does anybody have to be worried that that might have an adverse effect to their dietary intake?
Yeah, so we do. So it is a gelatin-based capsule. It's made
Okay.
from like gelatin bovine, which is beef. And they are artificially flavored and artificially colored. But we do have a vegan, plant-based, colorless, flavorless option for those who want that too.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So say I'm 9 months pregnant. I just found out about you. I'm due in like 2 weeks. Am I too late?
No, so we have women that will call us and they're like, I had my baby a year ago. My placenta's in my freezer. Can I encapsulate? So our rule of thumb is it can be in the freezer for a year, or the back of the freezer, or a deep freezer for 2 years. So you do have a window of time. As long as you can get it home from the hospital and get it into the freezer, then you just keep it into the freezer until our kit arrives to you. Yeah.
Wow.
But we're still able to help service those moms too. So I say it's like it's never too early, it's never too late. It's just all really depends on how convenient you want it for yourself, or when you find the time. And then also another benefit of that is like for women, like I know, like I was there, like I couldn't afford anything. Like I started getting the stuff for my business with gift cards from my daughter's, baby shower. Like I had, like, there was no funds because I wasn't working,
Yeah.
So I understand the struggle. So you have a window of time, like 2 years realistically, to be able to set up. And we do payment plans with people, and it's customizable. So it's not like, we require $100 a month or nothing like that. It's like, if you want to pay $10 a week, $10 a week. If you want to pay $40 every 3 weeks, like whatever that is, it is 100% completely customizable, because we do know how great it is, and we want all the moms to be able to experience it. Yeah.
There's really no reason that people couldn't then. If you're offering that, could you just share maybe just a ballpark figure? You don't have to give us the given figure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's the same for everybody straight across the board, no matter where in the United States you're at. It's $500. Only $250 is due in order to get the kit. And then what we say is, honestly, if you didn't have the $250 to even get the kit, you wanted to make payments on the entire order, that's fine. But what most women do is they'll pay the $250 to get the kit shipped out, and then they have, like, depending on how far along they are, if they're like buying it at 5 months, then you have like 4 months to kind of pay off the rest, or you just pay off the rest when you're going to send in your placenta, whenever that is.
Wow.
Is there, and this is like just coming to my mind because of all the different situations that can happen with the placenta and things like that, with like being pregnant and everything. Is there anything like gestational diabetes or something like that? Is there anything that's a disqualifying factor, I guess you could say?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
So with our process, we actually purify the placenta, and it eliminates any bacteria, virus, infection, STDs. If there is a complication or condition or whatever disorder, like, it's safe and still effective. The only thing that we can't encapsulate for would be AIDS or like HIV positive, but that's like, they will not let that placenta, because HIV, is an incurable disease. So they don't let that in the hospital. Yeah.
They wouldn't give it back to the mom.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh my
But
gosh.
anything else, like, it's fine. And we've done close to 45,000 placentas, and nothing negative has happened to a mom or her baby with using our process. So
I'm sure it's on your website, Juliane. How long have you been in business? How long?
9 years.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. 9 years.
Wow.
It's
And you just
fascinating.
started.
100% fascinating.
Yeah.
I can't,
And the first time I ever encapsulated, it was for my husband's cousin's wife. And she had 3 kids, and this was her 4th. And I was like, okay, you're going to give birth before me, so I can't even encapsulate my own placenta first, and I'm not going to even have anything to really compare it to. So I told her, I was like, let me know, like, how you feel. And so I'm like, day 3 after encapsulating her placenta, I'm like, how are you feeling? What's going on? And she's just like, I don't really, like, notice anything, to be honest. Like, I don't really feel a difference. And I had told myself, I was like, if she says like there's nothing like to this, then I'm like, we're done.
No.
But if she's like, hey, you know what? Like, I actually feel something, I'm like, okay, full steam ahead. So she was like, I don't really feel anything, honestly. Like, I kind of just feel the same. I haven't really noticed anything. And then I was kind of crushed. And then like about, I would say like 7 days later, she was like, oh my God, I forgot to message you. Like, I am feeling so good. Like, normally by this time, I'm such a B word. I am like just so stressed out. Like, I'm crying. But this time, like, I don't feel any of those things. I have energy. I can keep up with all the kids. I'm able to breastfeed for the first time. Like, I have breast milk. Like, it's just been like such an amazing experience. I'm like actually enjoying my newborn. And I was like, okay, we're good. Full steam ahead.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
This is just
9 years ago.
And I'm sorry, but the fee for this is not
Oh, I know.
anywhere where I thought it would be. Like anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, we try to keep everything as reasonable as possible. A lot of our costs do, go with the shipping costs.
Sure.
Because we are overnighting the placenta, we're overnighting the pills back to the mom.
Right.
We have the highest, like, fast priority shipping available. We have a contract with UPS Healthcare, so a lot of the costs go into that. But then it's also like you get your materials, you get the collection kit, you get the encapsulation itself. I'm like, you're flying a human organ across the United States and it's getting turned into vitamins. Like, I think it's a fair price.
Do you do international?
Mom, stop taking all my questions.
I wish we had looked into it, but because of customs, the way UPS basically explained it to us was like, there's not really a way for the UPS to be able to control how long a placenta could potentially sit at customs. They're like, it could be an hour, it could be a couple of weeks. It all just really depends. So I was like, I don't know if moms are really going to be willing to take that risk, especially having to pay international prices. Like,
right.
So we just said, if something changes, let us know, because we would gladly take placentas from everywhere.
Wow.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah, go ahead, Ellen. Ask another question.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, so I'm super curious. This would just be like people getting pregnant. Like, is there one time in your business that every year that you're super busy, like February, March, or like?
Yeah, I would say that there's not really for us, because we're hitting like just a fraction of the births. Like, I was looking up, there's like, I think close to like 4 million births a year in the United States or something like that. And we're just hitting like 0.0001%. So like, to me, it should always be like increasing. So our numbers, like, it doesn't matter, because it's always, it depends on how much we put out there and how much women sign up. Yeah.
Right. Wow. I'm sure in like a couple years you'll have a good portion.
I would love to have a great portion of that.
I'm sure you will.
At least a percent would be like, I'll take a percent. Just one.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Oh my gosh.
Do you find that there's any maybe stigma in any culture? I mean, you were talking about the Chinese, the method to do the tea and everything, but do you find that there's maybe one or two that are just like, oh no, we can't do that, or that's forbidden, or?
Yeah, and I'm not, so when I'm posting stuff sometimes, in some countries, and I'm not really sure which one it is, so I'm not going to like say, but it's usually in a different language, and they're like, this is not like, Allah does not agree, or like, this is not like, and they use like certain words that I'm just like, I don't really know, but they're from another country. I'm like, it's fine, I would never get your placentas anyways. But for the most part, everybody's pretty like intrigued and supportive of it. There is a lot of like, cannibal comments, and I'm like, I think that, since I made it and I'm eating it, that just makes me a chef, not a cannibal.
Yeah, no, it's homegrown. What are you talking about?
Homegrown. It's organic.
Yeah, it is organic.
It is organic. Heck yeah.
But I seriously have grown such a thick skin that it makes me laugh. I'm like, okay, it's fine. The more comments, the better. You're just making more people aware of it, so that's fine.
There you go. Good attitude.
Oh, gosh, I'm very excited. I've had 4 babies, and I'm gonna have a 5th one hopefully within the next year, and I will be doing this. I am thrilled to see the difference.
Oh my gosh, you're brave. See, I have 4, and been getting really bad baby fever, but I'm like, I feel like if I have a fit, that's gonna throw off. Like the 4, it's perfect. We have like a girl, boy, boy.
Okay.
Each one is 2 years apart.
Oh, perfect.
And right now we finally like 2 years after this, our youngest is 2, like 2 years into this, like we finally fall in like a little swing and we're like good.
Yeah.
But I still get baby fever so much. I'm like, I just want to eat a baby.
Oh,
I just love them and that little newbornness. So
they're so cute. No, I love it. Just to clarify, only one of the 4 I had were mine.
Okay, that's right, because it's surrogacy. Okay, so then I just, honestly, and I do love the pregnancy and birthing experience. I think it's amazing. I thankfully have never had a negative experience. Everything has always gone super smoothly, so nothing traumatic has happened to where I can enjoy, and I'm like, oh, I kind of want that again.
It's the best, and then not to take care of them when they're crying in the middle of the night, and I can sleep. It's all good. Plus and minus.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This has been absolutely phenomenal. Thank you. I know you're so busy and I just like is there anything else that people should know? Where should they go?
There you go. That's what I was
so we do have a website. It's mommymadeencapsulation.com. If you want more information, it's mommymadeencapsulation.com/more info. And there's just like a little form that you just fill out, like your name and your email address, phone number, and we will email you back like all the information. It's great detail. I have curated this message personally over the last 9 years based upon all the questions people have. And it's funny because it really started out for us, like for me on Facebook. And I'll sometimes get messages from people now they want to encapsulate again, 9 years later. And I'm seeing like some of the first messages I wrote to people that were asking for information. I'm like, oh, I just want to cringe. Like,
oh no.
Like it was so bad. But it's gotten a lot better. I know now like what questions people are asking, what information they want to know, and how to make it clear and concise. So mommyencapsulation.com/more info.
Amazing. And then you also have an Instagram, right? Because you guys have to watch these videos.
Our Instagram it's daily. So that's me. Like I am the content creator. I am the Mommy Encapsulation. That's my baby. That Instagram is my baby. And so it's very loved. It's very taken care of. And there's always information on there. On our stories are showing the process. We're taking you behind the scenes. We're explaining placentas, the benefits. There's testimonies on there. All the celebrities that we've gotten to do. So like everything, like that's like as good as the web page is. That's like home base.
Can I? It's just a fluffy question, but I just want to ask. Can you tell us or give us a little hint who the first celebrity was, and did the rest of them kind of follow through because of the word of mouth from the one?
I can talk about all of them. The first celebrity for me, it was Whitney Port from The Hills. So she was like the first one. Okay. And I remember like, cause I was like still new to that whole experience. Right. So I'm thinking like, it's going to be very closed off. Somebody's just going to walk me the placenta. And I went there and they were like, come on in, she's right here. And I was just like, she was like breastfeeding her baby. She's like, hi. And I was just like, oh. Cause I watched The Hills like every day. Like I was such a fan. I was like, oh my God, keep your composure. And she did end up posting about it too. And she talked about it. So that was really a blessing. But I would say like, it always surprises me because I'll hear, so we did also, she's from like Pretty Little Liars, the TV show You, and then she's the owner of Bays, the luggage company. So I did her placenta and I will get referrals from her all the time. Like, oh, Shay told me to hit you up. Oh, Shay told me. So I do get referrals.
That's cool.
I think it was full circle. I cannot talk. Full circle moment for me was getting to do Kourtney Kardashian's placenta.
I saw that one.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
cool.
I was like, you guys are the whole reason I even knew this existed,
Right?
So that was really cool. Yeah.
That's
and then
fun.
Cardi B, we did hers recently too. And like back in the day, like when I had like hardly any help, like that's how we would like let off our steam is we would like after we were done encapsulating, after the lab was clean, we would throw on Cardi B and have like twerk sessions to let off some steam. I was like, this is such a moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
How fun. That is awesome.
It is. And it's also pretty damn inspiring because
it is
from where you started, like you could have still been on that path, right? Like, but you figured out something, and I don't know, maybe the guy upstairs had a path for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make this about religion,
I
but
believe so.
it's very, very inspiring to hear. And I wish you all the success. Like
Thank you so much.
everybody. I hope
I
you
will
get
take
so
that.
big you can't work out of your house anymore. Like
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
I
big
know.
for me. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And that you can
So
go
cool.
internationally, because I know there are a lot of girls in especially in the IVF community that don't
Yeah.
live that don't live in the US that would love to do
Yeah.
this. So
Oh,
hopefully Customs can
I
get
get
on that.
messages daily, and I'm like, I'm
I
sorry.
bet.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh.
One day.
Yeah. We'll
Is
get
there
it.
anything we missed? Is there anything that maybe you wanted to hit on and we missed it? Our
Me? No,
conversation.
I mean, I'm here for you guys. Like, whatever you
Yeah,
guys
no,
do your agenda, there's nothing
So cool.
more, nothing less.
it's just so fascinating. I mean, I could talk to you for hours. This is just so
Yeah.
fascinating and amazing, but I'll just keep stalking you on Instagram.
Throw me a message. Hey, wait, I do have another question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever tasted?
Right.
You know what? Honestly, though, there is one funny story before we
Yeah.
let you guys go. But there was so when we were training one of the encapsulators, so after the steaming part, right, we have to like cut it up into pieces.
Mhm.
And one of the other encapsulators that was training, she goes, okay, so now this is the part in the encapsulation process where you have to cut off a little piece and then you have to like taste it to make sure that it's, and she was just like, her whole demeanor was like, wait, this is not what I said. She started dying. Like, I'm just kidding.
I love it.
Oh my
That's
gosh, how
hilarious.
funny.
Can you
Never mind.
imagine?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I do have a question. Is it tough? I mean, it looks
Yeah.
tough.
Looks like a
Yeah,
liver
once
to me.
it's dehydrated, yeah, or not dehydrated, steamed, yes,
Yeah.
it does. It turns into like a tougher steak is what
Okay.
it turns into. But the
Yeah.
actual when it's raw, it's very like soft and like
Squishy.
mushy, and yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Does not look
it's like sometimes when you feel ones that have like a little bit of calcium, and that could be from like Tums, like they had a lot of like calcium in their, during their pregnancy, you can feel like the little rough spots. Like
Interesting. Because everything crosses over the placenta. So
Yeah.
typically, yeah. So
Yeah.
Oh, that is so wild. Oh my gosh. This is just fascinating.
you need to hurry up and
Fascinating.
get pregnant so we can do this for you.
Yeah.
I know.
I got you.
Yeah. I'll get right on that.
You know,
Oh my
put it
god.
out there.
Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thank you so much. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
You
Thank
too.
you too.
All right, bye.
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 That was fascinating.
More than fascinating. I'm so intrigued. All those questions I got answered. Like I totally get it now, how it's done. Because I was a little like, huh? What?
Well, like it's so cool because like you see that you see the smoothies and all the weird thing. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to eat it. I'll take it in a pill. So, and I'm mad that like I didn't know about this because all the babies that I had before, I've had a lot like you had them forever ago. Fine that you don't know about this, but like I'm recent.
I'm not gonna lie. I have heard about this and was very heebie-jeebie, like my skin crawled.
Really?
Thinking, oh, that's just for those who are, in the upper categories of wealth. That's what I thought.
Sure.
And then when you start to research it and you start listening to it and then you interview this wonderful one, totally different mindset. Totally different mindset.
Yeah.
And like I'm from a different generation and era than you younger girls are. And so like a lot of people my age and way older get the creepies about this. I don't get the creepies about it. I think it's phenomenal.
This is amazing.
What?
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Creepies.
Like if you talk to somebody who's maybe 10, 15 years older than me,
You're a nurse.
I know.
Okay.
If they would be dead set against it. Dead set against it. Somebody in their 70s and 80s. Just because you think about it, how I think we originally thought about it, like in the smoothies and in the you're just gonna eat it that way.
But
No,
I swear people were like literally eating their placenta
oh, they were.
like years and years, like thousands of years ago. Maybe I'm wrong.
They were.
But I
They
swear
were.
they were.
They were because people
Okay.
knew the benefit of it. And now, jump forward to 2025, and she's been in business for 9 years.
9 years. This is so
amazing.
fun. Like I'm really excited, and they're all
Yeah.
like they can be colorful and pretty, and like they're just I don't know. Like this is just I'm anxious to see the difference, like her testimonies and all that
Right.
kind of stuff. I would be anxious
With
to
you, you
experience
mean?
that myself.
Right.
You know?
I agree. I would be anxious to see
And
it
the
too.
payment plans, because sure, like throwing out $500 is like a little difficult, but like to be like here, like $10 a week or like $100 a month, like boom,
If
that's
you know
freaking
you're going to
awesome.
do it from the get-go,
Right.
once you
If
hit
you know you're gonna
12 or 13 weeks, start paying on it and you'll be done. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And what a great
Thank
thing.
you. Huh?
Yeah. What a great thing to include in a surrogacy contract. 100%.
Oh, Ellen, look at you bringing it right back.
Of course it needs to go in the
Yeah.
contract.
That.
People get doulas, right?
I should
This
have
is
done that. No, okay, I could do it myself. But yeah, no, that'd be a great thing to have in there.
This is
Yeah.
self-help. And
This is self-help. And fantastic point, Ellen. This
yes.
100%.
Well, 100%. Because
100%.
yeah. So hopefully people will see this and we'll reach some people and they'll go check it out and maybe they'll do it. I think
This is so fun. I could talk to her all day and just hear all of her stories. So
100%.
thank you so much for taking
Yes.
the time to come and talk to us and share about this because, oh my gosh.
No, it's incredible. I think people are gonna love hearing this. I really
I just
do.
want to take it even when I'm like not, even when I didn't have a baby. Like I just want the benefits of it all.
You're just gonna grow a placenta outside and then kind of
Yeah, right? Homegrown. Just like organic and everything. Yeah, one day.
You're so crazy.
If anybody has any questions or stories that they would like to share with us, please feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Stop.Sit.Surrogate or in our email Stop.Sit.Surrogate@gmail.com. Oh, and this has been another episode of Stop.Sit.Surrogate with Kennedy and Ellen.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to give us a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link to our YouTube channel in the description. And be sure to also check out our children's book, My Mom Has Superpowers, sold on Amazon and Etsy.